Good evening, and tonight we are talking about Shays Rebellion. Our inquiry question is, how does Shays Rebellion illustrate the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation? We'll be discussing some of the events that led to the downfall of the Articles of Confederation and led to the creation of the Constitution, which we'll get to later in the week. So tonight will be a fairly short set of notes, so set up your Cornell notes. We're going to be going through the who, what, when, where, why, and significance of Shays Rebellion on the United States of America. So Shays Rebellion was led by a man named Daniel Shays. He led a group of about 1,000 farmers in rebellion against the government. It took place about August of 1786 to about January 1787. There will be some issues that will linger on a little bit longer, but for the most part it ends in January of 1787. It takes place in western Massachusetts, away from the cities, in the farmland, where people will own huge plots of land. So what was it? It was a group of 1,000 to 1,500 farmers that rose up to attack courthouses and tried to take warehouses full of rifles and gunpowder. They were hoping to revolt against the government because of the tensions and issues that are arising because of the Articles of Confederation and because of the economic situation in the country. So that leads us to the why. In the United States, after the American Revolution, there's an economic depression throughout the entire country. States are trying to pay off the debt of the war. Prices of goods are falling rapidly, so farmers can't sell the products that they would normally sell and make a profit off of. They're now selling and barely breaking even or losing money on the product itself. So the farmers then are not able to repay the loans to the land that they own. The states have this debt that they want to pay off, so they're forcing the farmers to pay their debts. And they even threaten the farmers that if they don't pay the debt, they'll go to prison. They'll go to a debtor's prison. This is why Shay got so mad and led this uprising of the large group of people in western Massachusetts. Is they had no money to pay off the debt. They didn't see it as fair that the states are making them pay the burden, because most of the taxes at this time are property taxes, and the people that own the property are farmers, yet the farmers aren't making any money and still being forced to pay taxes. So it left the farmers with two options: go to prison because they don't pay the debt, or go sell the land and having to work for somebody, which wasn't an option for many of them, or at least not an option that many of the farmers would like to see. This event is extremely significant because it, again, shows the country the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. It shows that the Articles of Confederation, or the national government behind the Articles of Confederation, doesn't really have much power. It's not quick to react. There's nothing there that in times of emergency or even just basic needs of the country that it can respond adequately to. If you remember from the weaknesses, the government can't collect tax dollars from anybody. It has to be from the states. They can't wage war unless the states give them troops. So if we were attacked or tried to be overthrown by anybody, they would have to get the states to send troops to the national government. So this leads to a call for a national convention, which we'll be talking about on Thursday in class, is the Constitutional Convention. The Articles of Confederation are very short-lived. They last just a handful of years. And Shays Rebellion is really that point in time where it's clear to the American people that the Articles aren't working. We need to make some adjustments to it. What those adjustments will be, they don't know yet. So come prepared tomorrow to discuss our question of How does Shays Rebellion illustrate the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation? We'll get a little bit more into Shays Rebellion, do some primary source analysis on it. I hope you have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow.